each time you get an ending, something is messed up. The papers are scattered everywhere.
Let's go. Someone needs to fire their janitor.
Co-workers were gone.
I don't like
What could
this
it mean?
uncleanliness.
I think each
Stanley
time you get an
decided to go to
ending,
the
something
meeting
is
room.
altered.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked,
Probably.
he couldn't find a trace of his co-worker.
Okay,
Away!
That or
Yeah,
this is just
continue
like
on.
something permanent on The Office since we went into the other direction and broke the game.
Alright, let's continue on. Let's go downstairs.
It's like things are actually altered by the endings you choose because the game keeps replaying itself until you finally actually beat it.
But we beat it the first time.
Apparently.
Wow.
Ooh, what happens if we input all the...
Things.
Wait! I think the inputs are the endings! You get all the endings and then...
You
something
play-
activates. Something.
Yeah. So there's even another ending. Let's go downstairs this time.
There's an ending for getting all the endings, I bet.
Yeah, let's go downstairs this time.
Yeah, and then there's the thing, I think we can actually jump off the catwalk like it said.
And interact with the phone. So let's first go downstairs, because downstairs sounds a
So
simple.
that might be all the endings right there.
Yeah. There's even more endings. Dear God, someone needs to...
When Stanley
paper
came to a set of 2 open
Okay,
doors,
go left and then
he
go
entered the
downstairs
door on
instead
his left.
Okay.
We've been over this
Door on my
narration
left.
twice already. Let's do it. Let's not bother about it, okay?
Yeah, let's just like skip past it because I know his voice will skip if you carry on with the game.
Yet there was not a single person here
I like
either.
that though. He locked
Feeling
the
a
room.
wave of
Tips
disbelief,
of not getting
Stanley
fired.
decided
Talk
to go
less.
up to his
Do
boss's
unbelievably
office,
amazing
hoping
work
he
all
might
the
find
time.
an answer there.
Talk less. Automatically, that's... Let it ball up inside you. Resent coworkers from not supporting you more. Oh wow, the slides are just skipping past. You're not supposed to be able to read them. You're not even supposed to pay attention to them, I guess. Broom closet. Oh wow. This,
No, come on.
This thing opens again. Hello,
Oh
broom.
no! Oh no! 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 No!
Meet
No! No!
again.
No! 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 Not again! I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait
I
for
get
you to
it.
finish whatever
The
it is
game
you enjoy doing
replays
so
itself,
much
but
in
it's
this
different
room.
every single
Please
time you
take your
replay.
time.
The game has an adaptive AI.
It has an
Take your
adaptive
time.
AI. It actually responds to the first time you go into the closet. It knows when you go into the closet again, even though you're not supposed to know you ever went in there.
No, I love that noise. First he locks it,
He's like, oh yeah, I love that. He's an idiot.
and then he closes it on you.
No, I'm opening and closing it for once.
Okay.
Awesome.
Go
Downstairs.
downstairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Screw my boss. My boss is an a-hole. He forgot about my birthday and he told Janet I was gay.
I like Janet.
And then
too.
Janet spread gossip.
Stanley just
Janet
didn't
likes
do
you,
it.
but I hate
He
Janet.
considered the possibility
car.
of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
Touch
All
the
because
car.
he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
Wait, what the?
None of it made any logical sense. And as
What
Stanley
the-
pondered this, he began to make other
Oh my
strange
god, it's the
observations.
looping hallways
For
ending.
example, why couldn't
Repeated.
he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically
go
behind
through
him
here and then turn
wherever he
around.
went?
Why do doors
And for
close
that
automatically
matter,
behind me?
these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Wait a
No,
minute.
Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley
Getting a sense of
felt
deja
to
vu
have
here.
finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
I am dreaming.
Then he imagined himself
flying.
soaring through space
flying,
on a
Ma.
magical starfield. And it too appeared. It was so much
Previously
fun.
on Battlestar
And Stanley
Galactica.
marveled that he had
A
stolen
jackass
the
was
dream.
flying through his
How
office
was
because he
it
thought he
made so
could.
lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Oh my god.
Now the voice was describing
Why
itself
is there a
being
voice in my
considered
head?
by Stanley, who
Point
found it
taken.
particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd,
getting
I
dizzy.
wondered if this voice spoke to all people.
I'm
in
not sure if
their
it's actually an infinite
The truth
loop. I
was
just
that,
think
of
it's a
course,
constant amount of. I
this
think
was
it's
not
just
a
they
dream.
endlessly put up.
How could it be?
You know what I mean? They just kept
Was
putting the
Stanley
same
simply
room over and
deceiving
over
himself,
again.
believing that if
think that
he's
was simpler to
asleep, he
program
doesn't
than
have to
it
take
did.
responsibility for himself?
what I
Stanley
mean?
is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was
Like
in
to thought
fact
you
a
were
dream.
flying for a short
Did the
second,
voice
then you
not
were
see
in
him
space.
float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove
I wonder
it.
if he starts seeing
He would
ponies.
prove that he was in control,
Nah.
that this was a dream.
Doubt
So
it.
he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
How many
the
times were we
fresh
running?
air of a world
that?
outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
And then you wake up in
I'm
your
through
office.
with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please.
Wonder
It's
what's
all
gonna
I
happen
want.
now.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Wow. Huh! I'm not dreaming.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear
jeez.
my voice? Who am I? Who
Getting a
am
sense of
I?
amnesia here.
And everything went black.
Oh god, everything went black.
Yeah, then you tripped.
It's like the same ending but exaggerated.
This is the story
Yeah.
of a woman named Mariella.
Mariella.
They changed the
Mariella
person.
woke up on a
'cause-
day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself,
Okay, then.
and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
So maybe
He
we're
was
not even going to be
obviously
playing
crazy.
as Stanley anymore.
This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had
I wonder
no
if we'll be
time
playing
for
as
this,
Mariella now.
so it was only a moment
think
that she
so.
stood there, staring down at the
She
body.
could be. We
And
may have
then
just
she
killed
turned and
Stanley.
ran.
She turned and ran. She left a dead guy for dead. The end is never the end. I like how it turned from loading to the end is never the end. Oh, dude, the screwed up papers and stuff are gone.